right, everyone. Hello, and welcome back to the channel. All right, so here's a video that my good friend Yogi and Silvio sent me, and the video deals with frauditor Seanpaul Reyes. Seanpaul Reyes, Long Island audit, got arrested yesterday, April 3rd of 2023. He got himself arrested. Now, let me say, guys, I'm going to play the entire video, and for those of you that got to watch the live, if you guys remember the live that I was talking about a while back in my videos, the live of Bay Area Transparency and San Joaquin, that they pretty much were going after Long Island audit. They're not happy with Sean. Now, if I know a lot of you didn't watch it because the video, or should I say the live, was over 3 hours. But for those of you that did get to watch it, and I cut it down on my video to, I think it was 2 hours or something to that effect, and a lot of you guys still don't want to see a video that long. But again, for those of you that got to watch that live, then in that live there was good guy audits as well as Brooklyn audits that were bitching and moaning that Sean, a frauditor from New York City, spends all his time going throughout various states doing his thing, okay, that New York City has problems. Let me just break it down pretty much. Good guy audits and Brooklyn audits, they feel that Sean is not doing his part in New York where he lives at. Okay, they were a little pissed off at Sean. Supposedly, good guy audits was emailing Sean various emails, and Sean never replied to him. And again, I say, if you watch that live, then good guy audits pretty much got through Sean's head, because Sean made a statement that when I get back to New York, I am going to go to these New York precincts where you can't record inside. I'm sure most of you guys, if you're familiar with Brooklyn audits, that knucklehead, that cop hater, he intentionally goes into police departments in New York where they have rules of no recording in the entire building. And he's been arrested like 4 or 5 times, enforcing himself, intentionally going into the precincts to record. So, again, as we all know, Sean is one of those knuckleheads that likes to challenge that rule, and he got himself arrested. Let's jump in the video, because I know a lot of us got smiles on our faces.
Yesterday, April 3rd, 2023, I was arrested by 2 tyrant officers at the NYPD's 61st precinct in Brooklyn, New York. They took my freedom, they took my property. Let's get into it. All right, guys. What's up, guys? Long Island Audit here. Back again with another video. I'm getting extremely tired of doing these lives and having to sit in a cell for 6 hours. I was arrested yesterday by the NYPD. I was arrested yesterday by the NYPD at the 61st precinct, as I just said. I basically went there to exercise my rights like I normally do, right, across the country. So I said, you know what? The NYPD's in my backyard. I've seen and I've heard rumblings of some people having some issues over there, but it's always been in my mind for months to go to the NYPD and really exercise our rights and do a good audit on them. So I went to the 61st precinct in Brooklyn because I've heard a lot about that specific precinct. There's a lot of bad Google reviews that they're not accepting complaints against officers or even regular complaints against other citizens. They'll laugh at you. They'll treat you horribly wrong. It's really a mess over there. So I walked into the precinct. My objective was to exercise my First Amendment right of freedom of press, gather some content, as well as document the process of filing a formal complaint against an officer. How would I be treated as I'm filing a formal complaint against an officer? Makes sense, right? For transparency and accountability, because if you're filing a complaint against an officer, wouldn't you want to record that interaction? Wouldn't that make sense to record that interaction? Obviously, you're complaining, you're issuing a complaint against another officer, so you'd want to document that process for transparency and for retaliation purposes, right? They could be retaliating against you. So I didn't think it was that big of a...
All right, so let me just jump in here real quick and comment on what Sean is stating here. And I think we are all fully aware that what he is stating right now is a way of justifying his actions. Okay, he wants to show his subscribers the way he's talking. He's going to take this to court and take it to trial. Okay, now let me also say, and some of you might get pissed off at me, I could kind of see and understand where he's coming from. Somebody having an issue with an officer and they go to the police, that particular police department to file a complaint, they might get retaliated on. Okay, when I still was living in New York, I remember the Channel 7, ABC News. They set up a couple of individuals, undercover reporters, that were going to various police departments and asking for complaint forms. This is even before frauditors were even thought about. Okay, and the news people caught a few police departments that retaliated on the reporter because he went in there making believe that he had a problem with an officer and he wanted a complaint for him. So I could understand where Sean is coming from, that somebody who might want to go into the police department to file a complaint would want to document that just to cover his ass in case the officer in charge who he's asking for the complaint form might want to retaliate. But let's also say that there are proper ways to go about doing this here. To go there trying to force your way of thinking down their throat, I don't think that's the right way. Two wrongs, again I say, two wrongs don't make a right. The proper way is to go to one police plaza, and that's where the commissioner is of the police, and discuss it with them. Hey, we truly feel that rule of no recording in the lobby is a bad thing. And maybe they would modify it. Okay? You get up enough people, which he has enough people. They're telling them that they wanna have that privilege of going into the lobby to record. Or should I say, when they go in there to discuss their getting a complaint form? Because again, you know what hurts them? And I think we are all well aware of this, that these frauditors, when you give them, you try to work with them. You try to give them a common ground. Okay, you can record in the lobby, and that's it. The next thing you know, they're taking a mile. You know that phrase, you give them an inch, they take a mile. These frauditors abuse their rights. Come on now. Okay? I don't know if I'm explaining it properly, but I'm sure you guys know that when you give a frauditor a little bit of wiggle room, they want to take advantage of that shit. They go into the lobby, they act stupid, and I know it's like generalizing all of them. Not all of the frauditors do the same bullcrap, but the majority of them are assholes. They go into these locations and they act stupid. And you also got to take into consideration that there are people there filing complaints on something else. And the next thing you know, these frauditors don't respect nobody. Regardless that they say they're out there for the people, it's the same people that they say they're out there for. They turn around and screw them too. The frauditors are just, come on now. The majority of them are just looking for content. Okay? A lot of these frauditors are doing this shit because they found a quick, easy way to make a quick buck on YouTube. Okay? I think it's rare. It's rare if you got one or two frauditors out there that really believe in what they're doing. Okay? Sean, let me tell you, son, I don't know how to take him sometimes because sometimes he comes off as he's trying to do something good. And then the majority of the times when I see him hurting people, regular average people, if a normal average person, non-government, asks you, hey, could you not record me? Damn it, give that person a little bit of respect. Give them some respect. They're not a part of the government. And he doesn't care. His right to record, screw everything. Screw you. You're going to get recorded. Okay? You see, ever since he got found guilty, the way he is, he's become a monster. Okay? So, again, sometimes I find it hard to understand him because, damn it, if he used the power that he has for good, he might make some good changes. But the asshole in him just stops him from doing the good. He hurts anybody and everybody for the almighty dollar. I don't know how to explain it any better than that, but let's get back to the video.
I walk in. I was confronted by a sergeant. I have his name here on the desk appearance ticket I received. Sergeant Korchemet. He says you cannot record in the police office, in the police lobby. Period. Turn off your camera now. You guys know, I politely told Sergeant Korchemet that I was not going to stop recording. I wanted to file a complaint against an officer, and I wanted to document that process and exercise my rights. He told me that it was NYPD's policy not to record inside of the lobby. I told him policy does not trump the United States Constitution or we the people's rights. And he went back inside. I thought maybe, hey, maybe one for we the people. Maybe we won here today. He went back inside and brought out one of the biggest tyrants I've ever met, Giovanni Kakuza, right down here, the arresting officer. He immediately became very aggressive, 0 to 100, no de-escalation technique whatsoever. Immediately told me to stop recording. And if I didn't stop recording, I was going to be subject to arrest. So I said, I'm not going to stop recording. This is for transparency. This is my right. This is our right. Where is the disconnect that we, the people, can't go inside of our building in a lobby? I can understand there's restricted, interview rooms and things of that nature, evidence rooms. A police officer lobby that it's wait till you see the video. It's so small anyway. What's the big deal? They've admitted to me that there was nothing, sensitive information. They said, you can't record. That's it. The sergeant said, immediately, when I tell you 0 to 100 really quick, 0 to 100 really quick, within minutes, I was placed in handcuffs put on so tight, cutting off circulation. I'm telling the officer, Kakuza, hey man, loosen the cuffs. What's wrong with you? That's the thing, right? That's the disconnect, is that he says he was just doing his job. Your job is to not put on the cuffs so tight that it cuts off my circulation. You were being a tyrant. That's what you were doing, Officer Kakuza. You were being a tyrant. My hands were turning blue. I could feel the blood rushing, just stuck in my hand. That's how tight. Never before. I've been arrested a few times doing activism like this. Never before has anyone put the cuffs on as tight as Officer Giovanni Kakuza. Never once. And he laughed about it. He thought it was funny. He thought the whole situation was funny. I wasn't some hardened criminal or, a murderer or anything like that. He just wanted to do that because it gave him power over me, right? He just wanted to put those cuffs on so tight and then not even loosen them. Another officer had to come and loosen them for me. Ridiculous. Immediately placed under arrest, ladies and gentlemen. Immediately. Phone, camera, GoPro, all my property taken from me. I was placed in a cell. I was in that cell for 6 hours. 6 hours. 6 long hours for a criminal trespassing charge. Again, retaliation. But I'll explain a little bit more detail. Let's go over this desk appearance ticket in front of me right here. So it says, you are hereby summoned to appear in the criminal court of the city of New York to answer a criminal charge. Should you fail to appear for the offense charged below, in addition to a warrant being issued for your arrest, you may be charged with an additional violation of penal law, which upon conviction may subject you to a fine, imprisonment, or both. So first of all, to the district attorney, New York City Police Department, I don't run. So I will be there on April 23rd, 2023 at 9 a.m. You can count on that. We the people don't run in the face of tyranny. We will be there. We face it head on. So I have to be there. I have to bring a photo ID. I had to sign right here. As you can see, this happened on April 3rd. So 20 days later is my court date. It's in the county of Brooklyn, the part DAT. Right here, Reyes Seanpaul. Refused. They wanted all my information, like cell phone number, home number. No, I'm not giving you any of that. So here we go. We have the command right here. Kakuza Giovanni is the officer that arrested me, the tyrant officer at the command of Sergeant Korchemet Tosaris, right? I believe Tosaris is his first name. I want to make sure he's right. I tried to explain to them, and right here is just the invoice before I even talk about that. So as I'm sitting in the cell for 6 hours, they must have figured out who I was, right? Ladies and gentlemen, they figured it out. They must have Googled me. I don't know what they did, but they figured out who I was pretty quickly. And it went from them treating me like utter and complete garbage to the sergeant and officer Kakuza coming inside the holding cell without body cameras, mind you, saying, hey, why did we have to go down this path, man? Why'd you have to do this? Why'd you have to get arrested? You're not going to change any policy here. What are you trying to do? It didn't have to go like this. I don't want to have to arrest you. Trying to play like the good cop and the good sergeant now after you just placed the handcuffs on so tight, cut off my circulation, and took my freedom away from me for 6 hours. They're trying to like, hey, make buddy talk. I didn't want to talk to them. I said, hey, listen, I'm exercising my Fifth Amendment right. I don't want to talk anymore. You guys messed up. This is our policy. This is what they said, ladies and gentlemen, law enforcement officers. This is our policy here. You were arrested because you broke our policy. That's what they said. And then eventually I was, as you could see here, I was charged with offense charged is PL 140.05. That's a criminal trespassing, excuse me. So, but they were like, oh, it didn't have to go this way, it didn't have to be this way, didn't have to all happen. Now they're being all nice to me because they know that the power of we the people united are strong. I sat in that cell, officers were passing by and everything, and why do you look so happy? I'm happy because I get to create change. You violated my rights, and we the people are going to be united. They don't understand. I sit in there not alone. I sit in there knowing that all 400,000 of you, 400 plus thousand across all social media platforms, and in here right now, 5,000 of you have my back. I know that. We together will affect change, just like we did in Berwyn, just like we did in Connecticut, where we held them accountable, just like we did in Maryland, just like we did everywhere that we go. We're fighting for change. And that's what I'm going to fight for here in the NYPD. I'm going to go to each borough of Queens, Brooklyn, the Bronx, Staten Island, Manhattan. I'll go to each and every borough, and I will go to each and every precinct in each one of those boroughs. And we will fight. We will fight the legal way. Let me make that clear. The legal way for our rights. We need to have transparency. We need to have accountability. And when they let me go 6 hours later for a desk appearance ticket, this is all they gave me, is a desk appearance ticket. 6 hours in a holding cell, ladies and gentlemen. There was no bathroom in there or anything. I had to ask them to take me to the bathroom and everything. Horrible. And I'm not saying that to complain. I'm saying that I know what I do, right? I do this for each and every one of you. I know what I do, and I do it for the people. And I do it to affect change and to hold tyrants like Officer Kakuza accountable and the sergeant. I know that these are the consequences of what I do. There's no complaining here. I'm excited to be able to affect change. I will fight this all the way. We will go to trial. We will do whatever we need to do. I'm going to hire attorneys. I will do whatever it takes, just like I did in Danbury, just like I did in Berwyn, just like I did in the other part of Connecticut. Everywhere I've gone, I fought it to the end. And I promise you, I will do that in this case as well. NYPD has been running rampant, and we're going to watch a video to show that. The reason why I'm not showing you the video, I'll get to that right now. The reason why you're not seeing the video, ladies and gentlemen, is because the NYPD, for a simple criminal trespassing charge, decided to confiscate my camera as well as my GoPro. So as you can see here, they have my cell phone that I was recording with, and they also have my GoPro camera over here. They released me. They said, here you go, Mr. Reyes. Have a nice day. Here's the rest of your stuff that you had on you. Have a great day. After we took out your shoelaces, we made you cut your hoodie and your pants and everything else, and we got marks on your wrists and everything, and degraded you and cursed at you. So unprofessional. The NYPD are a bunch of thugs. That's what they are. So as they're releasing me, I said, hey, where's my property? Where's my camera and my other cell phone? And they said, well, we're taking that as evidence. Have a nice day. And they leave. They leave me in the lobby where I started. And can you believe that they just thought that was going to end like that? They gave me this paper up here, this desk appearance ticket, and said, we're taking it as evidence. Excuse me, I would like a receipt for my property that you're stealing from me. You stole my freedom, right? You stole my liberty. You're stealing my property now. I don't care what you talk about evidence. There's no evidence of a trespass on my camera. They do that out of spite. Let's be real, ladies and gentlemen. They do that out of spite, okay? It has nothing to do with taking it for evidentiary purposes. They have a camera in the lobby. They have body cameras on. Let's be real. They do it to try and hurt me. So that's to try and prevent me from showing you the video. I was going to live stream for people who are going to ask that question, but the service wasn't that good and it wasn't working. So I decided to just go in there, static recording on 2 different devices. Probably should have waited so I can get the live streaming working. But anyway, they finally came out and they said, oh, you don't need a receipt. What? Yes, I do. This is the NYPD here. And they gave me a receipt for both of my That's what you see here. Again, and the desk appearance ticket. Completely insane. Please take a break really quick. I'm about to show you something else really quick over here. This news article. Take a break and just hit the like button, please. Hit the like button, comment down below on this video, and share this video. I really appreciate it. I see all the super chats over here from DNR Moto. Make them accountable, Sean. This tyranny needs to end. I promise you I will, my friend. I promise you. Michael Robertson, we are here with you. I appreciate you. Scalzo Photo. NYPD logic fail. We can secretly record within cameras in the NYPD lobby legally, but openly recording is an arrest. Makes zero sense. I agree with you, my friend. Janet, accountability for sure. Oak Winter, thank you. England is with me. Thank you. I appreciate that. And Mercedes, thank you. I appreciate you. Eddie Penna, thank you. I will. I promise you. Thank you all for the super chats. Thank you all for, the donations, everything that you do. All I ask, though, is that you hit the like button on this video. That's all I ask. So that way the world can see this. I'm trying to get a hold of Mayor Eric Adams. He's the one in charge of New York City, right? So we need to get a hold of him as a people to be able to hold him accountable, to hold the NYPD accountable. This policy needs to be removed from every single NYPD precinct. Every single one. We will not stop. I promise you. Stay tuned to the end of this video because at the end of this live, because I want to try and organize something with everybody in the New York City area, Long Island, Connecticut, wherever you, Pennsylvania, New Jersey, New York City itself, wherever you guys may be. We need to do something big together. Whether you're an auditor, whether you're just a citizen, just a regular guy that doesn't just watches the video and supports from afar, we all need to come together and show New York City. This is bigger than Berwyn, right? This is bigger than Danbury. This is New York City. And I believe that together we can really change this policy and we can really fight for accountability and transparency in the NYPD. And they need it. You know why? Because look at this article I have right here in front of me. Let me zoom in a little bit for you guys. NYPD, thousands of complaints, small percentage of officers disciplined. So let's take a look at this video, see what they have to say.
But for the way they handled the Black Lives Matter protests last year, all this part of a more transparent way of letting the public know about police.
I'm sure neither can you. All right, so the video is not playing, but let's look at the article here. For the first time this year, I know it's hard to see. Excuse me. For the first time this year, the NYPD made some of its police officer disciplinary records public. For the first time, they're making records public. No wonder why they don't want cameras inside of in the lobby. They don't even make their own records public. 7 on Your Side investigates and analyzed 2 decades worth of those records and found some trends. Of all the complaints filed against officers, a small percentage are found to be substantiated. And when they are substantiated, an even smaller percent have faced some sort of disciplinary action. When someone wants to file a complaint against an NYPD officer in New York City, they file it with what's called the Civilian Complaint Review Board, or CCRB. It's an independent board that investigates complaints and gives recommendations to the NYPD on possible disciplinary action. I'm all for that. A citizen review board, it's great, but we all know it doesn't work because they have no power, right? They're giving recommendations. When Elon Williams got pulled over and driving with his new red Nissan in the Bronx, what happened next caused him to file a formal complaint. The mechanic just finished building his dream car and was taking it for a test drive when he got pulled over by police. He believed officers mistook the car backfire for a gunshot. For the entire time it was happening, I did not think I was going to survive. The pull over and arrest was captured on a parking lot surveillance camera. Thank God. The video shows Williams putting his hands in the air and he describes what happens next. There was maybe a circle of 5 or 6 of them around me. I got boots to the head. I got punches over 20 times. Despicable. Williams said he received head wounds, 5 herniated discs before getting arrested and released. Williams said he didn't hear anything back after filing his complaint with the CCRB a decade ago. This is what I'm talking about. This is why I wanted to illustrate this to you. This was written in 2021 for context. This is what I'm talking about. Where's the transparency? This man filed a complaint the right way, did things the right way, filed it with the CCRB, and never heard back. Never heard back. This is why I wanted to file a complaint and document that process and film it for transparency purposes. But you can't. You can't film your complaint to the NYPD regarding other NYPD officers. You can't do that. And I am proof of that because I intended to do that. That was my intent, was to film. I had business there to file an official civilian complaint against an officer and document that process for transparency and accountability purposes. And I was arrested, put in handcuffs so tight. I cannot explain to you guys how tight these handcuffs were. Horrible. But again, the reason why I do this is to expose Officer Kukuza, the tyrant, Officer Kukuza, to the world, Giovanni Kukuza, right? And he came into my cell and started talking to me and everything. And he tried to talk to me back and forth. And why'd you have to do this? And, you know, hey, man, you already did it. You already put me in jail. Like, you already put me in a holding cell. And he didn't like my answers. He's like, you're not going to change anything. And in that moment, ladies and gentlemen, all 5,200 of you watching, in that moment, he says, you're not going to change anything. You think you can change the NYPD? You're not going to do anything. I thought to myself, wow, he's so confident. But you know what? I'm confident too. So I know that all of us can really affect change together. All the public contact information regarding this arrest is in the description below. The NYPD 61st Precinct's telephone number, Facebook, Twitter, Mayor Eric Adams, who's the real person we need to get a hold of here, his Facebook and Twitter, as well as his contact information is also in the description. I filed a FOIL request, Freedom of Information Law. That's what it's called here in New York State, FOIL. So I filed the FOIL request for the body camera footage because they were wearing body cameras. Sometimes they would take them off. I don't know. You know, I filed the FOIL request for their body cameras as well as the policy on body cameras because they would leave them, you know, on the desk while they came to talk to me in the cell. And, you know, very unprofessional. I'm telling you, the way they talk, they're a bunch of. Look at this article, ladies and gentlemen. What does that sound like? Officers of the law to you that beat a man, gave him 5 herniated discs, boots to the head. That sounds like a gang to me. It's the NYPD gang. And their reign over NYPD is over because we're going to make sure I'm there. I'll go to every 5 boroughs. I can't do it without you guys. We're going to have to organize some sort of, you know, mass audit, right? We need a mass audit in the NYPD and in New York City in general. We need to get some eyeballs. Like I said, New York City is not like Berwyn or Danbury or Hartford County, Maryland, or any of those things. It's a huge city. It's the city that never sleeps. We need to come strong. We need to really show the leaders, Mayor Eric Adams, that we are not playing any games. We the people demand transparency and accountability. This charge is nothing, right? This is part of the activism. This is part of my purpose, my job. This is part of what I love to do. I don't love to get my freedom taken away, but I love to expose a tyrant, and I love to really, really affect change. And I've done that. You've seen the mayor take down the sign in Berwyn. Let's try and work together with with Mayor Eric Adams. Let's demand some accountability and transparency in the NYPD. And that starts with as many people watching this video as possible. As many people as possible. So please like, share, and comment your thoughts below. I really appreciate you guys. I'm going to take a few minutes to read some of your comments. Sean for president, maybe in 2028. Maybe. Yeah, they told me. They specifically told me, you're being arrested because you violated our policy. You cannot film in the NYPD lobby. And I said, well, that's what you're going to write on my arrest report? And of course they didn't, because there's no law against recording the police. It's a constitutionally protected activity. So they go to their backup, which is criminal trespassing over here. That's why they charge you with 140.05, criminal trespassing. I'm criminally trespassing in a building that I pay for, that we pay for. How infuriating. I'm in the lobby of a building I pay for, filled with public servants that I help fund, and simply just recording for transparency and accountability purposes, trying to file a complaint, which, as this article says, it doesn't do any good anyway. Things need to change in law enforcement, and we're going to, I travel everywhere from Nebraska to Utah to Florida to, Connecticut, New York. Things need to change, and we're going to start here. We've worked our way across the country, but New York City, the way they acted, the way I saw them act like thugs, the videos I've seen of them acting like straight thugs, like gang members. It's disgusting. It's disgusting. Yeah, that policy is about to hit the circular file. I agree. Right here, Steven. I agree. We the people, we're going to take care of it for sure. We have to, right? We have to. We have to. We have to do something that's going to really affect some change here, guys. We have to. Policy does not trump law. Are they policy enforcement? Are they policy enforcement or law enforcement? Apparently, they're policy enforcement, ladies and gentlemen. So it says NYS 140-05 requires proper jurisdiction. They stripped themselves of it. I will look into that. Thank you. Guys, please hit the like button. I've never asked to hit the like button so many times. It's because I really need you guys. I don't have the video right now. They confiscated it. I won't get it back till April 23rd. You know, I will keep you updated on this whole process. I don't want to make this live too long, but I will keep you updated on the process. As soon as I get the body camera footage, I will be uploading that. As soon as I get my my camera equipment back, I will be uploading that as well. There's only so much I can do at this time. I can't really show you too much. I can only just tell you what happened, but I've never lied to you guys before. So, you know, when I tell you what happened, that's exactly what happened. I got arrested for filming. That's what I got arrested for filming. That's basically it. You know, yeah, we need, I'm going to file a motion as well to get my phone back for sure. I'm going to file a motion and, you know, to return seized property because there's no reason for it. They had body cameras. They had surveillance cameras. Like I said, the government's always watching you, ladies and gentlemen. It's always watching us, but it's always a problem when we watch them. And this, again, I don't know too many of Mayor Eric, the mayor's policies and his policies in New York City. I don't live in New York City, but I do frequent New York City sometimes, you know, with my family. And I don't know his policies off the top of my head, or, you know, I'm going to look into them. But Mayor Eric Adams, you should do the right thing here. This is your chance to bridge the gap between the NYPD and the public, because obviously, look at this. Obviously, the gap is so wide right now. There's no transparency. There's no transparency in the NYPD. There needs to be transparency. And don't tell me, oh, they have body cameras. Body camera footage gets lost. You know, I have a feeling that if I didn't ask for a receipt for my camera equipment, they would have let me go, and they're, oh, what? We never took anything from him. It's insane. So being trespassed from a public lobby is definitely not something that I wanted to take part in. Yeah, 2 days ago. It was yesterday. But, you know, I did it for us. I did it for all of us. I did it for myself. I did it for my children, my children's children, for all of you. I did it for everyone. I took the arrest because I'm going to fight. We're going to have to, I need to sit down with some people. I'm going to coordinate with some people that I know I need to talk to. I know there's some auditors out there in New York City. As you all know, I like to do things a certain way, but I'm going to reach out to who I need to reach out to. I'm going to let you all know along the way what we need to do. And we need to come together. I would be so proud and so humbled and so excited if we can get some change here in New York City. If we can really get that policy thrown out, because it needs to be. I have faith that I will beat the charge. I have faith that we will win. You know, New York City is a pretty corrupt place, so I don't think I'm entitled to a jury trial with this charge. So, you know, I could get found guilty, but don't worry. You know, God always makes a way. If I get found guilty, we will appeal, just like we're appealing the stupid infraction trial ticket in Danbury. If I appeal a $90 ticket, I'll appeal any misdemeanor, you know, infraction, whatever it is. It doesn't matter. I'm going to appeal it. We're going to take it all the way, and we're going to file lawsuits. We're going to do that. Just filed my lawsuit in Berwyn. I'm going to be going live soon to read you guys the lawsuit. I'll read a couple more of these. I know you like to work alone, but there's always a time to call in some support. Yes, you know, there is a time to call in some support, and I might need some support here, not just from auditors, but from the people. I need some support from the people. We need to really go together strong to New York City and show the mayor that we are not tolerating this at all. At all. Yeah, they better not delete the evidence, right, BJ? Better not. This article is proof. Just what I've heard from people is proof of what happened. It's completely insane. So as soon as I have more video for you guys, as far as video of my arrest, whether it's body camera footage, hopefully they give it to me unredacted and there's no funny business with the body camera. As soon as I get my video evidence back, I definitely will be sharing with all of you. Complete transparency, but something needs to change here in New York City. It's insane. Everybody, I appreciate your support. I see the comments. Thank you all for being here. Please hit the like button on the way out. I'm going to be getting out of here. Got some homework to do, got some work to do. I'm not giving up. I'll probably go back to New York City again tomorrow. I'm not playing around. You guys know, like a dog with a bone. If they violated my rights and they don't even understand what they started, because it's not just about me. It's about all of us. And together we can do it. I promise you that. I promise you guys. Hit the like button on the way out. Share the video. And comment down below your thoughts. Can't wait to see what you guys think about this. I'm sure you guys are just as upset as me. But anyways, guys, as always, stay safe. God bless. I'll see you in the next video. Long Island audience. Peace.